Hey travelers, this is the OCD Traveler. I've got a question for you. Do you need an international driver's license or an international driver's permit? Well, I don't know. But for the first time ever, I'm going to drive in Europe. My daughter and I, for her graduation gift from high school, we're going to Europe, just the two of us. And one of the areas we're going to is Slovenia. So we plan on driving from Ljubljana to Lake Bled. Kind of a cool area that's got this big castle or church in the middle of picturesque water. So we're looking forward to it, but I'm nervous because I've never driven. So I've researched how to get an international driver's license. I'm going to show you all the steps and get one today. So stay with me as we figure out how to drive in Europe. Let's get started. Let's go to AAA. But first, let's go ahead and grab an application. Go ahead and go to a Google search engine and just type in international driver's license. You'll see that the USA government actually has a link to it, and it'll give you some background information that you see in front of you now. Your US-based driver's license will work in both Canada and Mexico, but if you're going into Europe or even Asia, they recommend getting an international driver's permit. Now, this is just a landing page. It's going to redirect you to AAA. That's who does it for the United States. And here's that link. On the AAA International Driver Permit site, you will find frequently asked questions as well as an IDP application form. You can do it in person at a AAA travel office or by mail. I was going to do by mail, but it just makes sense to go into the AAA travel office. Note, you don't want to go to an insurance office. Make sure they have travel services. If you mail it in within the United States, you're actually going to mail it to that same travel office site. There is no central location. But let's click the link and bring up the application, and I'll start to fill it out. And speeding this up, you'll put in your first, middle, and last name, your email address, a phone number you can be reached at, your driver's license number, the state it was issued, the expiration date, where you were born, both the city as well as the state. You will also indicate your home address, the same one that's on your driver's license, and the foreign address. The clerk at AAA told me to put in the areas you'll be driving in, so I put in Slovenia, for example, the departure date of your flight, as well as the effective date of the international driver's permit. So, if your departure date is June 15th, for example, they said predate it. So I'll put June 10th just so it's effective when I'm traveling. The reason that matters is it's good for a year. And then check what you actually are applying for. So an international driver's permit, as well as your mode of transportation. In our case, it's a simple passenger car. And then if you scroll down on the application, it'll tell you every country that's covered under this permit. It includes Afghanistan, France, you name it, it's probably on this list, 150 countries in all. So print the application, get $20 or a check. Also have the front and back of your driver's license either copied and printed with you, or they'll be able to do it there. And then you'll need 2 passport photos. In theory, you should be able to have your passport photos taken at AAA for about $15, but it didn't work out for me. All right, so I just went to drop off my application at AAA for a international driver's license. Of course, their camera doesn't work, so instead I'm en route to Walgreens, which usually takes horrifying passport pictures, and I'm totally expecting that machine not to work, so here we go next. Because their camera didn't work and I didn't have passport photos, it's time for a quick trip over to Walgreens, where they pull down this nice little white backdrop, snap your picture. He pulls it over to the computer and produces some horrifying looking pictures of me, but they should work. All right, got them. Got the photos. Back to AAA to make it official. So don't be like me. Plan your photos in advance. I did attempt to call them, but I was not successful. Here we are. Good, how you doing? It's an international driver's license. The rest of the process maybe takes 5 minutes. I signed the passport pictures. He asked me a couple of clarifying questions and collects the $20. I did opt in for a optional AAA membership as well, but it was nice and easy. All right, so we are done. Not gonna lie, this process seemed very unofficial. So I had to go in with 2 passport pictures, a filled out application, and then I also provided a copy of my driver's license, both front and back. They ask you for the dates of travel where you want it to start. They recommend you start it a couple of days beforehand. They take the pictures and they basically give you this little stamped driving permit. It looks very unofficial because he essentially writes in my information, which I will cover up, and then a picture, but that's it. Like, I've got a fake driver's license, which is just a picture with some AAA stamps all over it, and apparently that is the International Driver's Permit. It says International Driver Permit requires your signature line directly beneath your photo, which I did do. Your valid U.S. driver's license must accompany the permit, and the permit is valid from 1 year of issuance date. So that is it. I am legit. $20. I don't know what this is going to do, but I have heard for some countries it's a must, so went and got it done. It's super easy. I'd recommend doing it in person. Having this sent back to you probably be a little bit more tedious. So all in all, if you have pictures, it's going to take you 20 minutes to take care of at your local AAA office. But let me know your thoughts. Have you needed the International Drivers Permit before, or is this just a scam to get 20 bucks out of us for AAA? Hey, the other thing I'd mention from a AAA standpoint is I used to work there, always had a membership, let it lapse. The $20 fee, they applied directly to a membership, so I was able to add myself and my daughter for a membership and get the IDP for a total of $63. So that's not a bad deal, all in all. So that's what I know. Until next time, I'm the OCD Traveler, reminding you to plan, travel, and repeat. Hit like and subscribe if you don't mind. Tell me in the comment section what you think. If you had any experience with these bad boys. Take care, everybody.